driver in a previous life, and you see a great number of things as a truck driver. And trucks are slow. They're just slow. So I'm driving along. I'm driving relegated at 67 miles an hour, and I'm just minding my own business. We're at cruise set. I've got a audiobook playing, and this car, goes by me 110 miles an hour. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, he's going to get pulled over here pretty soon. And what he didn't know is that I was like 2 or 3 car lengths behind a state trooper. And so he goes, he's just, no. And I'm like, having just my own business. And I see blue lights, and the rear end of that squad car go squat and take off after him. About, I don't know, a mile down the road, I'm driving by. And there they are, sitting on the side of the road, having a chat. The trunk's open, like the cops waving. Just like flinging, the cops flinging stuff out of the back, like, where is it? Where's the spade?
Oh my!
It was a great
that was some
time.
karma right there. Yeah, that feels good, doesn't it?
I got one like that too. I got a good one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Frank. What do you got?
Well, one time I was driving a work van, and it has the name on there, Volunteer Paint. It has the phone number, and so I was going. It was a McDonald's gas station. Now there's a gas station with a McDonald's hooked up to it. So I was going to turn in, and this lady cut me right off because there was a long line at the drive-thru, and jumped right in front of me. And now she didn't realize that I wasn't going into the drive-thru. I just wanted to go park and go into the gas station. And so, like I parked and gave her a look like, you jumped in front of me, but I wasn't even going that way. Then I'm coming out of the gas station. 5 minutes later, my boss calls, and he's like, hey, some lady just called and said you cut her off and this and that. And I said, no, I said, I'm telling you right now, it didn't happen. And so he's like, okay. So then I don't think nothing of it. 5 minutes later, as we leave, we're driving down the road. I see that she got pulled over by, I don't know why, but she was pulled over, and I remember waving at her while she was just sitting there pulled over. I'm like, man.
That is the best, right? When somebody drives by you and they're like flipping you off and stuff, and you're like, okay, idiot, right?
Like,
and you see them over there like.
Yeah, and if somebody cut you up by act, like I could see if I was like, even if I did cut her up, but then like to sit there at the drive-thru and call that number, I'm like, who does that? Like, how do you?
Karen does that. Yeah. Isn't that what we call him? I've been called a Karen 1,000 times, so it's fine. Yeah, just something that happens. Okay, who's next with a funny story? Go ahead.
It's one thing when Karens are like right. Like if you're justified in whatever you're trying to do. It's the Karens that are like, I know the law, and they're like completely out in left field. You're just like,
they're just funny to laugh at. So those are actually better Karens to deal with, right? Because you can just laugh at them.
If you're fishing and they're like, you're fishing near my dock and they're trying to spray you with a hose, like that kind of Karen, like you can't fish here. Like you don't own the water. That's your dock. I'm not going to step on your dock, but I can fish right near it. It's not your water. And they think it is.
I can't imagine being so worried about what everybody does. Like one of the things that always amazes me that people get annoyed when someone, and if there's anyone here like this, don't get mad. It's just, I don't understand it, but
no, reevaluate.
It's a public street and someone's parked out in front of your house. Okay. Why do I care? I don't. You park your car for. Some people care. They'll come out and go, "Why are you parking there?" Well, I'm going there, and that spot was open, but that's in front of my house. Okay, is that a problem? Yeah, I don't want your car in front of my house. There's a lot of people like that. That's too much to worry about for my head.
I've seen people get their heads beat in because up north, when they plow the roads, they plow your car in, so you have to shovel it out. Now, people think when they shovel their car out, they spend a half hour shoveling it out. If they go to work and come back, that's their spot until the snow melts.
Okay, that's different. I'm in California. There's no snow. I mean, it's not a big deal.
And I've seen people put chairs out, and I've seen a guy beating another guy with the chair from my window.
Gosh, it's just too much. Too much anger.
Well, my favorite thing is like it's a thing down here in the South because I'm in Alabama. It's my favorite thing when there you go. You've probably seen it at like a Kroger parking lot or something like that, where like you'll be driving through and trying to find it's really busy time of day and you're trying to find a parking spot and there's some lady standing there with her arms crossed, standing in front of a parking spot. And you're like, excuse me, miss, he's like, no, I'm waiting for my husband. He's not here. But he's coming around. No, move.
Yeah,
Dude,
no,
I park
because
all
this
the
is
way
for
anytime
people
I go
doing
somewhere.
stuff right now.
Yeah,
I know.
anytime
wow,
I
that's
go
a
to
cool
them, I
setup.
park all the way in the back. Anyway, I have a nice truck, so I just park all the way in the back. Like the
They
furthest
change up
cart
the
return
stage.
you can get to, that's where I'm parked.
What's that?
And I'll
Right.
just
They
walk.
change up the stage.
Hey, how about anybody
what's-
else? Anybody out there? We don't mean to hog all the
He
time.
does.
Come on, is there
Mark,
people
Mr.
out
Dark
there
does.
that,
Yeah, talk show.
that have some funny
He's been
stories?
sitting
So this
here.
is the new-
Here,
Tell
Mr.
us.
Dark
This
does.
is the
Yes,
new
I
layout.
do.
This is just the talk show
actually.
layout. You know, we can get rid of it and we can all come up on the stage. I don't care. We're just
Oh,
all
okay.
talking
Let's
funny
let
So
Mr.
stories
this
Dark
right
is
go.
now.
moving forward.
Can you take
This
the
is what
talk
we're
show
working
thing
on.
away if somebody's up there, or maybe he just went to do that? Yeah, we
I
can
have
all
a
be up
story
here. I don't care.
about.
Okay, go ahead,
But-
Serotonin. Go ahead.
No, that was cool. Why you guys took it away?
Give more room
I
for people if
liked
you
it.
want to come up. Go ahead.
Wait, was Mr. Dark trying to talk?
Mr. Dark's at least next.